Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It's your boy Devin B back once again. And tonight we will be talking about how you can master the ICC trading method. Now, when I say the ICC trading method, I'm not talking about the way Sai trades it. I'm talking about the way that I trade it. All right? Not Sai, but I. All right? So we're gonna go a little in depth. We're going to look a little deeper into each part, just to kind of clear it up because I've been getting a lot of questions from, several people in the comments and several people in my group. So I'm going to teach it to you the way I teach it in my Discord. All right. But before we continue, first of all, I want to say happy holidays to you guys. I pray that God bless you and your families with a prosperous, blessed, and happy 2026. And go ahead, click that thumbs up, click that subscribe button, share this with about 10,000 of your friends on all your social medias, all your groups, everywhere. Share it everywhere because we're trying to blow up in the new year. All right. So, once again, if you've been watching my videos, you know I've been trading my version of ICC. All right. Now, for the most part, it's pretty much the same the way that Side trades it, but my entries are a bit different. All right. Instead of getting in right at the indication level, I look for an entry at internal liquidity inside of the range that created the indication. But don't worry, we're going to dive a little deeper into that. All right. Let's take a look. Let's come over here. All right. So, yes, we're going to cherry pick because I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So, let's take a look. As you can see, hold on, let's go back here. All right. So, as you guys can see, we have been making an uptrend here on US 30. All right, which is the Dow Jones. All right. So, let's take a look at the Dow Jones. All right. We're going to look at this part over here. All right. And once again, we're cherry picking because I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So we're cherry picking tonight. So first of all, the first letter in ICC is called I, which is the indication. Now, the indication is the easiest part to find. All right. We don't trade the indication. We find the indication. All right. Where do we find the indication? You can find the indication. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You can find indication on any time frame. I can go to the daily and find indication all over the place. All right. I can go to the 4, as you can see, indication. I can go to the 1 and find indication 1 hour. I can go to the 1 minute and find indication. However, when it comes to trading like this, you want to find it on the higher time frame. You want to find your setup on that higher time frame because the higher time frame, it a lot of people say it holds more weight. It kind of does hold more weight. However, you want those bigger trading ranges, especially if you're like a day trader or if you're let's say a swing trader. If you're a swing trader, you want to go higher than the 1 hour. You might want to go to the 4 hour or the daily. All right. But me as a day trader, I use the 1 hour to find the actual setup. And I'm gonna tell you, all the indication is a break of structure. That's it. A break of structure. And as we progress through this, you guys are gonna see where ICC is just simply market structure. All right. And the way I trade it, market structure plus liquidity concepts. Easy, easy peasy. All right. So check this out. So first we get indication. The first letter in ICC is, of course, the I, which stands for indication. All right. So where do we get indication? Breaker structure. Everywhere we have a breaker structure, we have indication. We have indication here. We'll start there. Boom. Breaker structure. All right. We got indication here. Could see this bullish candle closed above there. All right. We got indication here. Okay. Boom, easy. That's the easiest part. Indication. If you can't find, and I'm gonna show you a tool that, excuse me, y'all, I still got a little cough. I'm gonna show you a little tool to help you find indication. This one, the zigzag invincible three. Oh, wait. I already have it. Hold on. This it right here. Boom, look at that. Now this one, it don't show all of them. All right. But it does show them. It does show indication. All right. Look, top side indication, boom. All right. And that's called the zigzag three dash invincible three. All right. Now, of course, I find more indication than was actually shown. But, in the zigzag, it shows highs and lows pretty much. But that's where you find your indications at. In the uptrend, it will come on the top side until it reverses. Downtrend is going to come on the bottom side until it reverses. All right. Turn this back off. All right. So we got indication. Now, here's where we get into the meat and potatoes. Because next we look for what? Correction. That's the first letter C. Correction. And the correction is the pullback. All right. The correction is the pullback. So if you're looking at this, see, we got indication. We broke this high, right? We broke this high, right? We broke this high, right? The pullback is next. And we want the pullback to come to internal liquidity. What's internal? What's internal? If you don't understand internal liquidity, I'm about to show you. So when I say internal, I mean internal range liquidity. Liquidity inside of the trading range. All right. Where's the trading range? The trading range is from this low to this high. See where we broke structure? All right. The low that created that break of structure to the high right before the pullback. This is the pullback right here. Watch. From here to there. That's the pullback. All right. So we look for price to pull back internally, the range, internal, right? Internal liquidity. All right. So now the question is internal liquidity. What's internal liquidity? All right. Internal liquidity, any area of liquidity inside of this range, specifically fair value gaps, order blocks, supply demand zones, also internal highs and lows. Now, I made a video earlier, not earlier, but previously I made a video where I forgot to mention the internal highs and lows, but internal highs and lows are liquidity as well. And a lot of times you're going to get internal highs and lows in here. All right. So how do we do that? We see here, look, and this is on the 1 hour. Normally, I'll go down to the 15-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute. All right. But you can see we have fair value right here. All right. Fair value gap, internal liquidity, and look what we get. Boom, right there. Right there. Tapped it. We didn't even have to go down to the 15-minute. But let's go down to the 15-minute anyway. And let's take a look. All right. Reset the chart. Let's scroll on over. Now, see, it's hard to see right here. Right here, you don't really see it, but we did see it on that 1 hour time frame. All right. So what that tells us is we have to look on multiple time. We have to look on different time frames, right? We have to look on different time frames to find it at times. Sometimes you have to look on a different time frame. If you don't see it on one, you don't see it on that initial time frame, go down 30-minute, 15, 5, 3. You will see it. You will spot it eventually. All right. And look, we got a little small area here, but it didn't come back. That 1 hour fair value gap was good. See right there? All right. So that covers our correction. Watch this. Let's look at the 3-minute. Let's scroll on over. Scroll. Look. Now, something about order blocks I need to tell you guys, and this is important. When you trade order blocks, a strong, a good strong order block will have a fair value gap, B, a break of structure. All right. Fair value gap, break of structure. Fair value gap, break of structure. See this order block right here? Look what happened. Boom. Now this wasn't our remember, this was our indication right here. Price came up and then came down back to here. All right, which is cool. It's all good. All right, because this was our 1 hour fair value gap. All right, that's strong. A 1 hour fair value gap is way stronger than anything on the lower time frames. All right, that's why we look for our setups on the higher time frames. All right, now we got our correction into liquidity. All right, we saw we saw our different we saw our internal structure. All right, we got a few highs and lows in there. All right, even coming back down. Look, we had lows here on the pullback. Came down, took that out. All right, now we look for what? Entry. Let's see what we got. Because this don't look like it might have gave us the entry we wanted. Let's see them. Let's take a look. 5 minute. Let's see. Stretch it out a little bit. Boom. Stop right there. All right. Let's look at this 3. We might have to go down to the 1 on this one. But if we have to, then we will. All right. Let's see. This is the 3. Look. Excuse me. Still got a little cough, y'all. Whoa. Whoa. Now, y'all might not be able to see it here, but I guarantee you once I go to the 1 minute, you're going to see it. Watch something. I'm going to show you exactly where it's at. It's right here. Y'all not going to see it. Or y'all might not see. Y'all might see it. I'm going to see it, though. Watch this. Let's see. Hopefully, it let me scroll all the way back over there. I'll be scrolling a while. Bear with me, you guys. Bear with me. Let's see. I wish there's a way you can just automatically go back to it. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Almost. Almost. There we go. Boom. Look at that. I marked it. Y'all see that? Okay. Look at this. This is on the 1 minute time frame. See that on the 1 minute time frame right there? Look at that. What did I do? Just like remember on the 1 hour indication, correction, back down into what? Internal range liquidity. Do the same thing on the lower time frame. Look for your trade the exact same way on the lower time frame. Wait for that breaker structure right there. All right. Just give you indication. Wait for price to come back down. And look, this is just like a big old order block. We got breaker structure that gave indication. We got fair value. Wait for price to come back down into either fair value gap or order block. All right. This one just decided to go into, on the higher time frame, this would have been an order block. But on the one, you can see fair value because you got this little thing. Your order block probably was this little part down here. But don't let this stop you from getting in the trade. Your stop loss is just right here. This ain't a whole lot. That's from here to here. That's not a lot. You can take that. All right. And look, price didn't even come down there. That's your entry. And the rest going up to your target is your continuation. That's how you find your trades. That's how you master my version of ICC trading. This is a wash, rinse, repeat method. And if you really look at it, look, check this out. If you don't want to take it here, watch this. Take your entries on the lower time frame, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, the way side takes his. Once it hits that higher time frame indication and he gets in, well, you do it here. Price tapped into your liquidity, created indication. Once price came here, this is your correction. Boom, indication. Once it crosses going up, once that candle closed, once this candle here, take it like that. Once that candle closed, bullish, boom, get in your trade. Stop loss either here or under here, either one. Either one. Boom, take your trade. Now watch this. Now, he targets, let's see, let's go to 15. All right. So you would have got in here. All right. Look where this indication came on the 1 hour, all the way up here. You would have got in up here. You'd have been waiting all day for this. And you'd have missed all this. Really? You serious? You really would have missed all that right now? Like, for real? That's what you want? You'd have got in way down here. Target, you get in here. What's your target? You could have targeted this high or this high, either one. Now watch this. How much money? US 30. US 30 is also YM futures. Let's go to YM because I want to show you guys. Watch this. Was right here. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. And that's what Usher said. Watch this. Watch this. All right. Watch something. Let me show you. Let me show you. It don't take long. This don't take long to learn at all. It don't take long. Watch something. All right. So let's say you got in right here at 48,550.7. Buy one contract. Limit 48. What was it? 48,550.7. 8,550.7. Let's go. Let's just go 48,550. All right, multiples of one. All right, target. Let's say your target was here, this high at 48,725.5. Let's see, 48,725. Okay, so your first one, this high here, $825, $875 in a matter of, this was at 8 a.m. This was at 1. Wait, hold on. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. An hour, probably less than that if I go down. All right. This target here, 48,786. Look at that, 1,100. Your choice, either high, either high, either high. Internal, let me tell you, this is how I trade. Internal to external. That's how I trade. Internal liquidity is my entry. External is my exit. External liquidity, where's external liquidity found? If internal liquidity is found inside of the range, well, external liquidity is found outside of the range. Where's outside of the range? The highs and the lows. If this is going to hit external, I could just put it right at this high. Soon as it break the high, and it don't even have to close. All right. Easy peasy, man. I'm telling you, easy. Let's see if we could look at one more. Let's look at SYM. Let's see. What else do we have? S&P 500. Move the drawings. See what we got. Now, see right here, we just kind of chopping along, chopping along. Let's look at something over here. All right. And once again, yes, I am cherry picking. I have to. All right. Let's see. Oh, I want to show you guys this one. Because remember I said internal structure, highs and lows. Look at this. Boom, boom. from here to here. Price pulled back up here and it swept this. All right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's look at it. All right. So remember, we're on a downtrend. Now, for my indications, I like marking pullbacks. I like marking the pullbacks. So I start from where the pullback started. There. All right. Where did the pullback end? Up here. All right. Boom. Now the range came all the way down, hit to here. All right. This wasn't really a pullback. This was just a little like consolidation area. All right. And then look what happened. Broke out. Boom. Then we got a real pullback up here. All right. And then look what happened. Remember, we look for internal range liquidity. Now, we did have fair value up here. We did have a little zone up here. But we got to pay attention to price action because it's not going to always go where we want it to go. All right. Look at what happened. We swept this internal high. See right there? That's a liquidity sweep. Remember, I told y'all we got indication here. The correction pullback internally swept this high. All right, swept that high. Now what happened? Now let's go down. I don't know if it's gonna let us go all the way down to where we want. Let's see. But we can see. Hopefully we don't have to go all the way down. It's the 15-minute. We looking for where our entry came. Let's look at the 5. Let's see. Look like we might have something if I can get this to, I can get my computer to act right, man. Man, I need a new computer. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to hold on. But I might just have to go ahead on and bite that bullet and get a new one. This thing just does what it wants to do. All right. So we swept. We got a sweep up here. All right. We came down. Let's see what the 3-minute look like. We should be able to see something on the 3. Sometimes you gotta wait for your entry. Let's go. I know the 1-minute probably gonna be a little too far out. Might be a little too many candles. Let's see what the 3-minute gonna show us. I really want you guys to see this. I really want you guys to understand this. And it's so, like I said, it's wash, rinse, repeat. The strategy is wash, rinse, repeat. Why I feel like we way too far over. I feel like we, all right, there we go. Where is it? Where is it? Where? Let me see. All right, over here. Where we got the sweep at. All right, boom, stop right there. Look at what happened. So we swept, price came down. Now, we don't look, see, we got like a little small fair value gap right here. All right. Yes, you could have. You probably would have been a little like, I don't know. I don't know. All right. But look, see how we broke this low right here? Remember I said ICC on the lower time frame. This is 3 minutes. The same way you find your setup, same way you entry. Look, this is our last push up. Price came down, even came a little bit further down, came back up. Boom. You could have taken that, or you could have waited. Look, you got another one here. Price broke here. This one was a lot cleaner. Look at this. Right here. Boom, boom. Indication, correction, fair value gap. All right. Got your order block or supply zone, whatever you want to call it. Point of interest up in here. Boom. This your entry right there. That's your entry right there. Price never came back. Well, it did. If you put your stop up here, you was good. Because look, it came back here. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna stretch this over a little bit. Target, where was your target? Let's see. Reset the chart. Reset the chart. Your target would have been, if you entered here, your target was here. Hold on. I gotta go back down. Let's see. Scroll, scroll, scroll. All right. So if you entered here, all right, this was where it wicked up right here. It wicked here. Your target would have been here. All right. Now, this probably would hit your stop loss right here. It happens, you. It happens. If you enter here, inside here, yeah, if you entered inside here, your stop loss would have been hit. It would have came down, hit your stop loss. All right. But then look what happened. It would have hit your stop loss and then bloop, went on down, hit this low right here. Do we have any lows over here? I don't think we did. Let me see. No. So this one would have hit your stop. All right. The initial, once it swept, see, once it swept this liquidity, this should have been your prime area to enter. But really, we didn't see nothing in there. All right. And then this would have been your target down here. All right. Now look, you could look at it right here. This came up, pullback swept this internal high, and then look what happened. Boom. And this would have been your target right here. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look. That might have been one I missed. Hold on. Oh, wait. I want to mark it. I want to mark it from here to there. I want to stretch it right there. Now let's go back to the 5. Excuse me. But y'all already know every trade is not 100. You're not going to win every trade. The market going to do what it do. You're going to have some setups like that. It's going it's going to wick you out and then drop. It happens to the best of us. Oh yeah, look. See, remember this one right here when I said if you could have gotten over here, your stop would have been above here. This is your initial one. If you miss, I said if you missed this one, you could have took this one. Your stop would have been up here. Let me see, did this one come back? Stop up here. Yeah, you stop above here. Probably would have, if you had it right on it, it would have took you out. But this one here was the one. This was the one. That was the main one. And that one would have hit your target. It would have smashed it. It would have smashed your target. Let's see if we can find one more. This one wasn't as clean as I wanted. Let's look at Forex. Let's look at GJ. Let me see. Let me erase some of this. Yeah, that one was a bit messy. And if you're looking at GJ right now, it's messy right now. Look at that. That's unclean price action right there. It's just going sideways. Sideways price action. All right. Let's see what we got. Nothing clean on GJ. AUD USD. Ooh, look, this is a setup I had on AUD USD. It's coming down. All right, let's take a look at this one. And I didn't even take the trade. Let me erase some stuff. Boom. All right. So on the 1 hour, as you can see, look, we got bearish, bearish indication, right? Price came down, broke this low, gave us bearish indication, retreated back up inside of the range. into fair value gap, order block. Even this is a rejection block. Rejection blocks or order blocks. Watch this. See that block right there? That wick? That's a rejection block. I want to show you something. Rejection blocks, I count them as order blocks. Watch. Now watch this. Excuse me. This is about to come down from right here. See that sweep? See how we swept that high right there? And we got fair value? AUD USD about to fall. All right, but watch this. Remember I told y'all what? Rejection block is an order block. Look at this. We got these last three up candles, these three long down candles. Consider this one. Consider this one. This is your bearish engulfing. Price came back into it. Your rejection block is an order block. When you see a lone wick like that, you can consider it an order block. It's a rejection block. You can consider it an order block. All right. And look what we have. Price came back into what? Liquidity at the order block. Even this last candle right here. Oh, I don't want to leave. All right. This is about to come down. This is about to come down. It might give a little push further, but it's about to come down. It's about to come down. Look, see, we got fair value right there. We got fair value. We got order. Let me see, 5 minute. Oh, yeah. Like I said, it might push a little bit higher, but we already swept this. We already swept this internal high. This going, I don't see this going no further than this. All right. It might, it might push a little bit more into that zone right there. Yeah, we do have a little rejection block right here. So it just might. But it's coming down. I'm about 95% sure it's gonna come down. Not enough storage. All right. I just wanted to show that to you guys. This is a wash, rinse, repeat method. Wash, rinse, repeat. All right. Let's see if we had an entry up in here. Let's see if we had an entry up in here. Because this is our entry area. Let's see. 5 minute. Yeah. Look at what we got. We can see this on the 5 minute. Remember what I told you? Look at this. This little low right here. Price close. Indication. Bearish indication. Went back up into fair value slash order block. You entering on this wick. Your stop loss is up here. Look at this. From here, boom. Price had came all the way down. This is coming down, just like I told y'all. Watch what I'm telling you. I want to stay on a little bit to kind of show you. But you can see it's 3:23 a.m. right now, Central. I ain't gonna stay on too much longer because I need to get some sleep. Let's see. Let's take a look. I need to straighten this out. Hold on. Come on, man. There we go. 2 hour, 1 hour. I'm telling y'all, this is coming down. See how we just closed that fair value gap right there? It's a fair value gap right under a hidden order block. Look, look at this, man. Look, I told y'all this is coming down, man. Y'all could doubt me all y'all want. It don't matter. But this is coming down. All right. I just wanted to show this to you guys. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Come and join the Discord. We popping. We did some live trading tonight in futures. Um, if you guys are looking for a Forex or a futures prop firm, look in the description below. I got a couple links. Thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with 1,000 of your friends. All right. Thank you. Any questions, comments? Post them in the comment section, and I will talk to you guys later. Deuces.